He sure seems like he has lived many lives over the years. I tell you what, he's met some of the world's most famous people.
Yeah, and for 4 of those years, Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, spent them here.
Yeah.
KSTP. In fact, at the time, station enjoyed the highest ratings in the nation. Partly, of course, because of him. And you had a chance to catch up with him recently on a special occasion.
That's right. Well, it's hard to believe he was only here from 70 to 74, and we all remember him so well. But this month, Barry celebrates 70 years in broadcasting. And yeah, I got a chance to catch up with the busy world traveler who is far from retired.
Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, is alive and well. Well, let's just say he's alive and leave it at that.
Starlets on parade, we're here to do our part, marching unafraid, right into your heart.
Barry ZeVan's career began 70 years ago as a child singer on the radio.
Well, it went by so fast, those 70 years.
He took to the stage as a child actor, hoping for Hollywood stardom.
The things with which I was subsequently identified and in which I participated as an actor and as a singer, etc., they were all part of history. And when you're doing something, you don't really know that.
Art Linkletter, we're very pleased and proud to have you on Telescope today.
He landed a role on early television alongside Wally Cox and Tony Randall on the show Mr. Peepers. His friends were Sal Mineo, his neighbor Christopher Walken. But after a stint in the Air Force and training in weather forecasting, his TV career took off.
All cloudy. The Sonny, forgive me, that's Sonny. The little thing with the hi Bob.
Aren't you?
Jack Jones, yes.
That's what I thought.
Wasn't long before Barry landed in Las Vegas, baby, and the stars lined up for Barry in a promising career.
Ladies and gentlemen, having traveled around the world many times, I can say this honestly. I like Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, because
And how you connect, you kind of try to forget what giants these people are. And because if you started to think about it, you'd get very nervous. I would anyway.
I like Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, because he's a real meathead-ologist.
Jimmy, that's meteorologist.
That's what I said.
Soon, Barry met and became friends with many of the biggest stars and politicians.
Can you tell me which way Juliet Prowse went? That way.
In 1970, Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, came to Minnesota. It was a big hit.
We had the highest ratings in the United States, actually, for a weather segment, 51% share of the audience in July of 1974. So, which I guess is pretty unheard of today.
His career took him to Washington and Detroit before realizing he missed Minnesota.
My tenure at KSTP, I would consider one of the major highlights of my career.
How can you remember all those numbers and you can't remember which finish line to go through? Thank you.
Barry is still busy, still in broadcasting on the internet and making documentaries.
I can't thank him enough, because if they didn't like what I did, I wouldn't have been able to continue to do it. So thank you is very inadequate. We're presenting songs of joy from each little girl and boy. We're starlets on parade.
Yeah, I mentioned he's not slowing down. He's busy on the internet and doing documentary films. His latest is for a charity called Kids Against Hunger. He heads in April to the Philippines.
Wow.
To continue making that documentary.
Still has that good sense of humor, though.
Yeah, he does.
And he's the most natty dresser you've ever seen. And the guy is
hey, he didn't have any sweaters when I checked out on him.
He was looking good. All right, good story.
That was nice to learn a little bit more about it. That Sammy Davis Jr. comment was hysterical. All right, let's take a look outside.